Today, we're curing salmon. Look at her. She's a beauty. Today, we're gonna cook some salmon. Actually, we're not gonna cook it, we're gonna cure it. Now, I'm a big fan of this fish. It's one of my favorites. I like to eat it raw, like a sashimi or like a nigiri with some rice on top. I love poke bowls. When I marinate the salmon just a little bit and serve it with like some rice or some quinoa or some slaw. Drop me a comment below if you want the recipe. But today we're gonna cure it. I think it's called Gravlax. Let's call it lax. In any case, curing fish is super simple, very easy, and it makes the fish just like a step fancier. All you need is basically sugar and salt. And I mean, the recipe for curing salmon or any kind of fish is very, very simple. You just need 5% of salt and 5% of sugar of the weight of the fish. So you weigh this guy, and then you multiply the weight of the fish, you multiply by 0.05. And that's exactly how much salt you need and how much sugar you need. But today, we're gonna take it another step further. We're gonna pimp it up and just make it, we're just gonna kind of bougie it up a little bit. I'm really enjoying my coffee today. So, for the star of the show, we're gonna use beetroot. This not only adds like a subtle flavor, like an earthy, sweet note, it's gonna give our salmon the most gorgeous, stunning color. Trust me, like this dish is a showstopper. I try to say that 10 times in a row really fast. Anywho, so beetroot. We're gonna be using dill. I love me some dill, especially with salmon. And also, this is important. If you can get your hands on some juniper berries, I highly recommend you do. These guys are little flavor bombs. Not only do they have an intense flavor, but this is such an aromatic little berry. It just makes everything perfect. And you know what they make out of juniper berries? This is an essential key ingredient for gin. Who doesn't love a gin and tonic? It's one of my favorite cocktails. Let me know if you want my recipe of my gin and tonic. It's kind of fresh and summery. Now the plan. We're gonna get a lot of parchment paper and cover the table. And we're gonna grate the beets. By the way, they are cooked. But you could use raw, but this one is cooked. So we're gonna add a tiny bit of gin to the fish. You could skip that step, but I wouldn't if I were you. The juniper berries I'm gonna grind up with the salt, just so all of the essential oils are absorbed by the salt. It's just gonna be that much better. And then we're gonna dose and massage the fish and all of these ingredients and just let it rest, let it chill, let it marinate and cure. This smells like a party. This smells like a really proper weekend. The plan. About 1/3 of this spice mix is gonna go on the parchment paper. 1/3. We're gonna reserve the rest for later. Then we're gonna put the salmon on top of the spice blend, skin, face down. Step number 2, we're gonna get a little bit of gin, massage the fish, and then on top and on the sides goes the rest of the spice blend. Then onto the spices, we have the beets, which I'm gonna kinda shred up using my grater, and then on top the dill. After that, you know what? We'll talk after that. smells divine. Absolutely, absolutely fabulous. The plan, the next steps. We're gonna fold the parchment paper into like an envelope. And then there are two ways to go. The first one, the simple route, is we're gonna wrap the envelope in plastic wrap, like in a cling film. You wrap it up and you put it in something deep, like maybe even a baking tray, because probably there's gonna be some juices flowing. So you put the envelope, which is in the cling film, into the baking tray, and then you need to weigh it down. And that bad boy goes into the fridge for at least 2 days, or make it 3, and it is done. Or, because I'm a little bit fancy and I have a vacuum seal, what I'm gonna do is, after I wrap it up into an envelope, I'm gonna put the envelope in this thing. It's a special bag that I'm going to vacuum seal. So once the envelope is in this bag and I seal it, it's gonna save me from a lot of mess, and it's actually gonna speed up the process of the fish curing. So what I did was I vacuum sealed it, and you saw all the juices run out as the machine was extracting all the oxygen. And then I make a double seal just in case so we don't have any spillage. If you were to wrap the parchment envelope in cling film, what I suggest you would do is put it into something deep, because there will be juices running, and then you just need to weigh it down. And I'm gonna use some cans of kokosmilch. Just kind of like really weighed down. You can put some, I don't know, some chickpeas, something that'll keep it weighed, and then you put it in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. But with my vacuum seal, it's gonna take 1 to 2 days. Now let me show you what it looks like in a day or 2. Et voila. It's like a beautiful, what is it, purple, burgundy mess. But trust me, this stuff is amazing. Now what we're gonna do is go to the sink. And this isn't gonna be like the most cinematographic. So we're gonna go over to the sink, carefully open up the bag, and actually wash the salmon. Under cold water, we need to get rid of all of the beets, the dill, the salt, the sugar. The minute you've washed everything off, you put it on a plate or like a cutting board, and you wipe it off with a kitchen towel, tissue, cloth situation. What is it called? Throw it to me.
Paper towel.
Paper towel. A paper towel. I'll see you soon. We slice it up and then we eat it. I'm starving. I'm obsessed. So can you imagine, you're inviting friends over for like a dinner party, and then you have this on the table. Absolutely gorgeous. And trust me, delicious. Now you can serve it on a bagel with some cream cheese, or you can get some sourdough bread and put some Greek yogurt on top, and then the salmon, and then the chives. But what I like to do is I have this little sashimi situation going on. I have some soy sauce, I have some ginger, and what I like to do is just a touch of soy sauce, a little bit of the ginger. But make sure, before you zhuzh it up, just try it by itself. It is so delicious, and you will, first of all, it melts in your mouth. And you do feel the juniper berries. You have that little subtle sweetness from the beets. It's so delicious. You can put this on rice, some quinoa, or just eat it by itself. Guys, if you try this, and I'm sure you will, and if you like this, and I'm sure you will, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you love it. Some ginger on top, a touch of soy. It's mind-blowing. It's like a little flavor bomb. It's like heaven in my mouth. So good. Make sure you try it. Make sure you leave a comment below and let me know how you liked it. I'm pretty sure that this will become a staple in your house. I'll see you guys later.